Good morning, YouTube, and welcome back to Jesse's Garage. Seems like it's been about a minute since I've had a chance to come out here and shoot a video. I've been doing a little bit of cleanup and such like that. So a lot of you folks were requesting a garage tour or toolbox tour. So we're working on trying to get things cleaned up around here just a little bit. It's kind of like, you know, when people come over to your house, you kind of want it to look presentable. Not that it was a mess, but it just needed a little tidying up. So that's coming up, incidentally, right at the beginning of the month. So stay tuned for that. All right, so today I thought we'd do a filler video and kind of give you an idea of some of the tool hauls that I've been bringing home. And we can kind of go from there. So let me kind of show you. I have 3 different ones picked out. Some of these have been sitting on the shelf for just a little while. And so you be the judge. Tell us if we did good or not. I'll tell you how much we paid for them. Or at least to the best of my ability, because some of them have been sitting around for a minute. And so we'll kind of go from there. You ready? Let's go jump in and let's see what we got. Okay, and we are back. Now, I went to a couple garage sales, 2 different ones on this first haul that we're talking about here. The very first one, we'll go in the order that I visited. So I went through and I was looking. The gentleman had a lot of woodworking tools and such like that, which is cool. I love woodworking. But he also had this sitting on the table. Or the estate people did. And so as I went through and looked at it, my goodness, this thing is nice. And so I was looking at it. Now I did go through and clean it up just a little bit, just because I'll tell you the story behind it in just a moment. But what was nice about this is that it was actually sitting on the table and it was locked up. Now this thing is what, 16.5 inches long. So it is an old Craftsman. And it's a swivel head, and so and it also has a push button release for the detent ball that's there. But look how clean this thing is, man! Isn't that beautiful? I mean, there was 0 rust on this thing. When I say it cleaned it up, I mean it barely needed anything. The only reason why I threw it in the bath was because now when I went through and I tried to turn this thing, it was locked up in both directions. I barely got the lever selector switch to turn, but it was frozen. And so they actually had a price tag on this thing for $24. And I was like, my goodness, $24, that's crazy. And even if it was 25% off day or something like that, that's still not enough for me to justify taking a chance on this. Although it's very desirable in regards to how long it is, the long handle, and also being the flex head. So that part is killer. But so we settled up on a price of $10. That's what I picked it up for. You know, typically we don't run across a lot of swivel heads that are out there or flex heads that are out there. And so I just thought, you know what, for $10, I'll take a chance. I have some old ratchets. If I need to take out one of the gears in it or something like that, I think I can do that. And so, man, I got to tell you, I brought it home. I was so excited about it because, like I said, look how clean this bad boy is. And so I went ahead. Now this looked like it had a bunch of dust in it. You could tell he had a wood shop. And so it was just locked up. And so I took it apart, I gave it a bath, and then I put it back together. That's all I did. I didn't do anything else. I didn't wire wheel it. I didn't buff it. I didn't do anything. And so now as I go through, man, that bad boy just flips and turns like crazy. Man, freely. How awesome is that? Isn't that gorgeous, right? So that's what I got. They wanted 24 to begin with a 25% discount. Got them down to 10. All right, so there's one. What do you think about that? I love that. Isn't that good? Okay, the second garage sale that I went to, lo and behold, can you believe it? I found another flex head. And so as I went through, the lady was there with her daughter and a couple other guys, and I don't know exactly the scenario, but they were just getting rid of tools like crazy, and this was part of it. Now I got there a little bit late because I didn't even know that the garage sale was happening around the corner here. It does need to be oiled up or you know, serviced a little bit, but everything works. And you know, I was sitting there and I didn't have a price on any of the tools, none of them. And so I said, excuse me, ma'am. I said, how much you get for this? She said, $1. And I'm like, what? $1? And I'm like, yeah, okay. And so I thought, well, I'll go get that for $1, right? Because I just picked up this one, and now I got the next brother down from that. Isn't that neat? So $10, $1. Now I went through and I thought, well, okay, nothing has a price tag. Let me go and see what else I can find. Well, one of the things you need to know is that there was a gentleman that beat me there, an older gentleman, and when I was paying the lady, I looked over and he had piles and piles of tools, and he got them all for like 45 bucks. And I'm thinking, oh my goodness, I can't believe I missed out on that. But anyways, there's things that I could find. And so I just kind of put a pile together. I got it for $10, incidentally, not this, the whole pile. And so as I was going through and looking at this, and so it looks like a pair of lineman's pliers, but look how long it is, and it has this red handle on it. And so I have all kinds of lineman's pliers, but I do not have one that is like that. Now, as I went through and I looked at this, let's see if I can find it somewhere on here. And let's see if I can get a better angle on it. Where did I see that at? But anyways, as I went through and I was looking at this, it said Klein Tools on it someplace, and it was probably right there, but I just can't read it exactly there. But anyways, so it was a long pair handled Klein, I believe, and so that was part of the bundle. All right. Also, just random in a screwdriver bin, I found another SK Tools. So spinner handle here where you put a socket on it, and then away you go. So that was part of the find. So again, 1, 2, 3 so far in that bundle. I wonder who else got there before me, because obviously he had a little bit of snap-on. Now that other gentleman that I am referring to, he had a bunch of Craftsman, it looked like. But I mean, look at that. He probably had some quality tools. We got some SK, we got some Snap-on, we got some Craftsman, we got some Klein, and such like that. A few other things. By random, I just happen to have this, see this little bar, and you know, whenever you're going about and looking at it to make it a T handle to give it a little more leverage. Now this one doesn't have a hole in it, but some of those ratchets, some of those breaker bars give you that hole so you can have more pressure on it. But these are hard to find. You never find these. So whenever I see them, I try to pick them up because they go to a kit sooner or later that way. All right, so I had this extension here, and so the extension is not one that I carry a lot of, but it's a 10-inch extension. But you'll notice that it's an Allen. Now remember, Lakin and River, they sent me over a Allen wrench, right? And so I thought, you know what, that kind of goes along with that. Not that they match exactly, but the same brand. And so I thought, you know what, I won't pick it up. I'll just throw it in my little bundle since there's no prices in here. And then let's see here, we got some sockets, and so let me show you what we have here. So we have some Powercraft, and so this one here, as we go through and look at it, it looks like a 9/16. So we got a 9/16 Powercraft, and then we had another Powercraft, and then this one is 7/16. So I did not find, or I don't think I found another one. Let me see what else we have over here just to make sure. So I think that was all my Powercraft that I had, but I did find some more sockets. So check out what else I found here. So as we go through and we look at it, it's an old Plomb, right? Plomb swivel socket, and it's a Plomb, let's see what size, if we can find it. Let's see here. You can probably see it on screen better than I can. Plomb, there we go, 7/16. So we got a 7/16 swivel socket, and then we have a hex bit on a 1/2-inch drive here. Let's see, I don't even know if there's a name. There is. It's just a Duralast. But you know, these are really helpful because sometimes if you're really cranking on something and you break one, it's always helpful to have an extra one on hand that way. All right, and then from there, let's look at some sockets. So he had some random Craftsman sockets, double line V, but this one goes up to 1.25 inches. So that was one. The next size was 30 millimeter. And so, you know, incidentally, when I look at these, the millimeters seem to escape me a little bit. So that's metric. We'll put that there. Our next size that we have here, it's a Craftsman double line V. This is 1 inch and 1/16. So that would go in this line here. And then our next one This is a Craftsman G, and so this one is not metric. This is a 1 1/16. Not exactly matching, but I got all kinds of sockets, so this will kind of help fill in some gaps here. And remember, I was trying to make a bundle, right? So this is a 1 inch. The next one here is a Craftsman G, and so 15/16. And so even though they're not matching, we're starting to get a little bit of a set here going on. This is 7/8 and a V, so that's even a little different model. And then our last one, double line V, and then we have 13/16. So we were there. So I went up to the lady and I said, hey, how much, not including the big one, but how much for all of this? And she just said, how about $10? And I'm like, score. I'll do it for $10. Because look at that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18 pieces for $10, less than $1 a piece. Now, when I was walking out, I was looking through the wrenches. They've been picked over pretty good, but there was this double box end here, 3/8 on one side, 5/16 on the other, and so this one did have a little bit of surface rust right here, but the rest of the wrench is very, very clean. And I said, hey, I said, I think I missed one. I said, how much you get for this wrench over here? She says, just take it with you. I just want to get rid of these tools. And I'm like, doggone it, man. It just reminded me even that much more. Why did I not see that sign? So if I got this for $10, imagine the other deals that were being had earlier. But anyways, that's my haul that I have here for $20. Remember, I paid $10 just for this one here. And then I paid another $10 for this haul over here. All right, so there you got it. That's what we got. So I don't know what you think about that, but I thought that was a pretty good score. So kind of think about that. Now I got 2 more that we're going to do just because they've been sitting on there and I want to try to get them out just a little bit. So the next one that we have, I actually got at an auction. And so I bid on this auction and I paid $65 for it, incidentally. And so as we go through, we have this wrench here, and I've never used one, so I'm not familiar with what they are, but I'm sure you fine folks are familiar with this. So if you can, give us a reminder what you would use this for. Okay, so there's that. Now, the reason why I bought it was because I seen a bunch of crow's feet in there. Now, when I bought some crow's feet in the past, I went through and I did pretty good on them. I actually sold them, but I did pretty good on them. So I'll tell you my deal in the past. I went through and I bought a set of snap-on crow's feet and for $20, and I sold them for $250. So how about that? Now this one here, these are just some Chinese made likely. So this is just a 10 millimeter. We have another one that's 12. So we have that. And then our next size is 13. So now, you know, I know a lot of people probably don't do a lot of Chinese crow's feet, but maybe you do. And so here's the next one here, which is 15. And so we have another one that's there. Let's see here. Next size up is 17. And so we have that one. Next size, we have another 15. So that would go here. So put that one on top. And then our last one that we had is 19. So that was our foreign made crow's feet. And then there was some miscellaneous crow's feet in there. So let me show you. I just dropped it. So I'll pick that up in just a moment. And so as we go through and look at some of the other ones, sorry about that. Man, that just bums me out. All right, and so some of the other ones that we go through and look at, notice we have a 1/2 inch snap-on. And so, my goodness, that's crazy good, right? And so love that. And then they had the next size here, which is a Matco 1/2 inch, so same size. And then let's see here, we had another snap-on here, 7/8. And so that is awesome condition. So we love that. So we have another Matco here, but this one's 15/16. And then we have this one here, which is going to be another snap-on as well. Now this one here, maybe it's for a sensor. It's a little bit deeper. but this is a 1 1/16 it looks like here. And so there's that. All right, give me a minute to pick this up. I'll be right back here. Okay, got them all off the floor. Can you believe that? I can't believe I dropped that. It was too heavy towards the other end. But here is the other, this is the main reason why I paid the $65. I got all of these crow's feet and then all of these crow's feet. And so I went through and mainly bid it for this. Because remember, my last experience with Snap-on was if it was in really nice condition, which I haven't touched these at all. They've just been sitting on the shelf. I bought them for 20 bucks, sold them for $2.50, and I thought, you know what, I can't go wrong. For $65, I get all of these, and then I have some extra stuff I can make a set with and get my money back or give them away or whatever we're going to do. But anyways, so they go from here, as you can see. In fact, let me just set this down, and then we're going to pull one out here, and let's see if I can get it a little closer here. And so we have a Snap-on, USA, of course. And so I think this one is a 9. Let's look at a little bit bigger one here. Yeah, so as we go through, this is an 18. So we have 9 through 18. So we have 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. So we have a consecutive set, 9 through 18 in metric. Man, how awesome is that, right? And so that was a cool find for us as well. So that was $65 on an auction that I bid on with the crow's feet, this extra wrench, and this miscellaneous crow's feet here. So what do you think so far, right? So hopefully you have a goodie so far. Let's talk a little bit about boxes. And so I went through and was bidding on a box, and as I went through and found something, let me tell you what I bid on. And then kind of go from there. So when I looked at this auction lot, it was in Kansas City, incidentally, and I happened to be traveling up there for a few days. And I seen these pullers. So you know, it hooks on to whatever, and then you can use it as a pulley system and to pull some stuff up. Not that I need a puller, not that I wanted a puller, but it was part of the box. So there was one, and then they had another one. To one degree or another, I don't know how good they are, but there was 2, and then they had another green one, so at least they got a matching set, so that's kind of cool. So we have that, and then they had another one, and so this pulley here as well. So I haven't even looked to see if there's a brand, if these things are even collectible. I doubt it, but you never know. So, but anyways, that was in the box, but that's not the reason why I bid on the box. The reason why I bid on the box was because this is what I seen there. Now, I bought this whole thing, all the pulleys and the boxes that I'm going to show you for $7.50, literally. And so I was thinking, you know what? That's too far away for me to drive, but I'm going to be up there anyways. I'm going to, and the pickup date was the day that that I'm going to be up there. And I thought, you know what? I'm going to do it. So I went through and I bid on this. I don't have this box. I've been looking for a Plomb box for quite some time. And so as we go through and open it up, we can see it's pretty dirty. It needs to be cleaned up. It just had a bunch of miscellaneous. Now, I went through and looked at them. So all of these up here are just miscellaneous sockets, I believe, if I remember right. And so these down here, let me put this down and let's see if we can see some markings on this one here. Yeah, so these are the Plombs. So I didn't get a lot of Plombs with it. I only got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pieces that are Plomb, and then the rest of these are just miscellaneous, which you know you can always keep and build some sets on to later on, right? And so, but really, I didn't even expect anything in the box. I just bought it for the box. So Plomb Tool Company, Los Angeles. Love that. Love it, love it, love it. So I think that was a crazy good find, right? And then as we go through, what else was in that box was this one here. Now, the way they had it displayed was something like this, I think it was. And so I just thought, okay, that's just a bunch of miscellaneous router bits. What I didn't expect was for it to have the Crown logo Craftsman on it. And so part of the label's still there. But I mean, look at that. That is neat. Now, you know me, I collect some boxes, right? So that'll be, we'll be looking at that next week. So I'm going to proudly put this on my shelf for my Craftsman Crown logo area Not that I actually have a whole area. It seems like they're all scattered out, which is part of my organization I've been trying to do. But anyways, so how cool is that, right? And so got that. Now, just a couple more boxes that I'll show you here. Now, I was at a different estate sale and happened to see this plain Jane box. Now, the reason why I picked it up is because when I went through and I opened it up, if I can get it open, notice what we have. It has that old long C Craftsman logo. Now you remember why this is so important? In fact, I want to take my camera and I'm going to show you right over here why it's so important. So as we move over into our other box area, the reason why I bought that, and it was only like $1 or $2, I think it was, because remember, this is our amber handle set. Now, if you remember, as we went through and showed you here, this was that set that I bought for $250 with the amber handle. So if you've never seen those, wow, you got to go watch that video. It's pretty killer, I think. But if you'll notice right down at the bottom there, it's that little tiny box that's there. And so this was part of that set that we had there. Now this one looks like it's been kind of roached out a little bit, but it's nice. And so I can't wait to start filling this in. Now I got some 1/4 inch stuff as we go over here and look at some of these. I have some of these 1/4 inches that I've been collecting, but I didn't have a box for it, right? And so I do have a 1/4 inch breaker bar. And so I have some pieces. We're gonna start filling in that gap. But anyways, this will be part of the toolbox tour as we get going with that. All right, and so let me go grab one more box that I just picked up this week, and I'm going to show you that, and then we'll be done. Let me grab it real quick. Okay, and we are back. And so there was one more box that I had in there. I just couldn't find it. Oh my goodness. I wonder if it's still in my truck. So I'll have to look at that. And so that'll be part of our next tool haul, I guess. So it was an old Plomb box. No, not Plomb, Proto box. It was an old Proto box. And so we'll bring that out next time. Sorry about that. So anyways, that's what we have. So we got our boxes, right? The old Craftsman long C, that's part of the missing set, I believe, or real close to that era. And so we have that. We have the old Crown logo Craftsman box. We have the Plomb box as well. So we have that. We have the crow's feet. Remember the 16.5 inch long ratchet, 1/2 inch drive Craftsman ratchet, the 3/8 that matches that, the whole tool, $10 bundle set. My goodness, so we did pretty good, I think, right? And so, because remember the boxes were like $7.50 and such like that. So really excited about it. But anyways, what's your favorite? Oh, my goodness, you know, that $10 bundle was pretty awesome. Of course, getting a long handle flex head Craftsman in that kind of condition, the teeth were perfect, everything was perfect. It was just dirty and dry, and just, I mean, literally, it took me just a little bit of time to fix that up. That's a great score. But I think, the snap-on crow's feet, I know I make money on those, 100%. It'll pay for this many times over, just if I put that on the marketplace and sold that. But I think out of everything that's here, even though you take into consideration the value of what you could resell it for, at least from my experience, I really think that probably since I've been on the hunt for this for so long, I've been looking for these little boxes, and this is the very first one that I've come across. And so, goodness, I love that. And so I don't know if I gave you a close-up of that, but anyways, that's what it is. So you can tell it's been around the block a little bit, so it's been used just a little bit. But as we go through, I love it all the same. And so for me, this is probably my favorite. Oh, and we got that little Plomb swivel. That can go in here too. I forgot about that at a different garage sale. Anyways, that's my favorite. So put in the comments what your favorite is and what do you think about that. All right, we hope you liked the video. Again, this is just a filler video until we get into our garage tour, which is coming around next week. It's coming by fast. I better hurry up and get the broom and get to vacuuming a little bit more with the vacuum as well. So anyways, we'll see you there next week as well. And so in the meantime, if this is your first time here, don't forget, hit subscribe button. We'd love that. Join our community, join our Jesse's Garage area, and check out the finds and the cool things we're doing. Hit that notification button if you want to get reminded of some of the videos, and that like button, of course. All right, that's enough of a pitch about subscribe. And then we'll go from there. So we'll see you next week. Until then, be careful, and we'll see you on the next video.